Hi everybody, thank you for coming back. I'm Master Gardener Kim Bradley in Zone 6B, Nashville, Tennessee. What I'm about to do applies to everyone there. It is the first hot day in May, by the way, of the year here. So I'm going to have to pamper my divisions real well. But what I'm doing is, I bought a few things that we wanted, that my client wanted, and then I decided to move some stuff around and mix things in. So I'm digging up a hosta right now, and they divide very easily. They're still young, up from the winter, so I feel comfortable with transplanting them right now. But what I'm going to talk about is dividing them and mixing them in with some other things to save money and to camouflage a few things. So I've already amended the soil, and if you check on our channel, you'll see where I talked about amending the soil. That's the very first thing you do. Is check out your soil, see what you need to do to it. But, so, the reason I want to divide the hosta, I have a couple of different reasons. One is that I have so many of them and that was tucked away where you couldn't see it. But also I'm blending in some other shade perennials. Those being Bleeding Heart, which is already bloomed here, so I'll probably cut that back after I'm all done. A Stilby in with the hosta. The reason why is because when these guys start going dormant, the hosta will kind of camouflage that and it won't be so out in the open. So anyway, to divide this type of perennial is very easily done. And you'll see that the plant almost does it for you. So I'm just going to take that. I'm going to use my pruning saw and cut that. Since I've already talked about amending the soil, I'm not going to turn it. I'm just going to kind of show you what I'm going to do with it. So, I'm going to bring the Bleeding Heart back here because it's the tallest. I'm going to move that, by the way, leave the Astilbe. I'm going to put another one right here. They like a little bit of sun, but this is a great dappled light. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to put in the Astilbe right here. And then what I'm going to do is tuck in my hosta in various areas. So like I said, when these guys start going dormant, then they will be camouflaged. Also, I've moved so many things around there. I started with like a $300 budget. I've spent a couple $100 and I still have money left. So I always feel good about that. And then I think in closing, I'm going to dig a hole and show you how to plant that. Divisions can be, they really want you to pamper them a little bit. They stress out, especially when they're in active growth like they are now. So since the transplants get a little angry, I'm going to make sure that I water them very well, mixed in my earth mix very well with what I've dug out of the hole. I personally am a big Osmocote girl. It is slow release, it's coated, you can't make any mistakes with it, I won't burn, and it's going to feed for 4 months. I'll also probably do a little miracle grow or something like that to promote the flowers and it blooms. So I'm going to take this little guy. First I'm going to make sure that I get some of that top dressing in it. I'm going to fill it halfway. And the key to something like this is to make sure it is watered thoroughly. So, you know, what I'll do is I'll water until it puddles. When it stops draining quickly, that's when I'll stop. But I'm doing that midway. It's really important. And you see how it's moving a little? It started moving slow, it's puddling, so that means that it's saturated. Okay, so now that I've watered midway, build it back in, tuck it in very well, smooth it out. I like to break up clumps, you know, as best I can as the season goes on. And then water it again very, very well. And that's going to save you a lot of trouble later on. It really gives the plant a chance to acclimate itself. And you see how quickly the water is going in. I'll hold this one. See how it's seeping right down. So that means that it can take some more. And again, just like I did when I watered it halfway, I'm going to do it until the water puddles. And what I want to do, my goal is to get that water as deep as possible, because they don't want to be dependent on me. They want to be able to reach down, establish their root system, and get moisture and hydration from beneath the surface. So it's not how often you water, but how well you water. And later on in the summer, we'll do segments on that, and all kinds of stuff. So again, thank you for coming back. Don't forget to like us, and we'll see you next time.